Welcome to Answers from Within. From the author of the All-Knowing Diary, Mind Lies into Truths that will set you free.
All right, welcome back everyone to Answers from Within. I'm Daniel, and our guest for this show is Sean. We're going to hear all about Sean. We're going to hear what his biggest question is. Sean, are you there?
Hi Daniel. Yeah, hopefully you can hear me well.
I can hear you perfectly.
Great. Okay, so question. What's coming up is I seem to have some pretty incredible creative gifts, which I've had in one form or another as long as I've been here, but I seem to also have some equally incredible creative blocks at the same time, which sort of come and go. But it seems like extremely confusing to have like such strong potential and such strong opposition to that potential simultaneously in the same form. It's kind of challenging.
Okay, Sean. So just to give me a quick idea, when you talk about creative blocks, are you talking about in terms of the flow of creativity, or are you talking in terms of you being stopped by your own doubts and fears and all of that kind of opposition? What are you referring to?
Okay, so the creative flows there all the time. Like literally I can just tap into it pretty much any time, but the block seems to be to find a consistent space and environment where I feel kind of, I guess, safe enough to really explore and express that stuff. It sort of comes and goes. Like sometimes I'll have some studio space, sometimes I won't. It's that kind of ongoing, like kind of struggle to find the right space and environment to do it.
Right, and you're talking about physical space, aren't you? You're not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you're saying internally you're free flowing, but externally it just doesn't seem to all come together as often as you like. Yeah,
kind of. The factor is like people. If there are people around, like that seems to be sort of an ongoing. Like I seem to be very sensitive to people being around, so it's yeah, that could be challenging in this world. It's like finding a very clean, clear space to just be away from other fields and other things to sort of really get to the crux of what I'm trying to express, creatively.
So are you just to be really clear, you're talking about you have a sensitivity to your environment that I guess is frustrating for you from your creative flow, and you'd like to be a little bit more resilient, or you'd like to have a little bit more. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, that's pretty much getting there.
Okay, all right. Well, there's a few things already coming to me to help you on this issue, and you need to be open to hear some pretty big things. So just sit in a nice open space, knowing that it's all good. Everything that's going to come through is all good, and it's going to expand you even further. So the first thing is to really, for you to acknowledge that you have this limitless creative flow, and to really be in appreciation of that. Really just get, that's a very significant experience in your life. That's something that, people work very hard to have that. And you've got that, and it's very natural, innate, and on tap for you. So just show a little bit of gratitude that's how far you've come in your evolution to have that on tap.
Wow, yeah, I'd never even thought of actually appreciating that, which is really crazy actually when I think about it.
Yeah, it does sound crazy, right? That, well, you just take these things for granted, but you know, this is why we're talking, to just bring to light some truths that have been slightly overlooked. So just sit in that space for a moment. And the importance of that is severalfold. One is that to be in recognition of its significance is actually going to shield you from the distractions, the other frequencies, the interruptions that you were describing earlier. So when you find yourself being bombarded with other people and various other influences, come back into, whoa, how awesome is this that I can even access this in the first place? I'd just be really grateful, because that's going to bring you inward to where that inspiration is, rather than externally where the distractions are. So your gratitude is like this secret weapon to just limitless genius, because it A, encourages it, and B, it protects you in this bubble, being able to access it despite what's going on around you.
Yeah, I can relate to that, because when I do really connect into that flow, it's like everything else kind of evaporates. Yeah, it literally is like a force field. I'd never been aware of it like that.
Yeah, and that was beautifully put. It becomes this force field where it's just you and this source of creativity, just you guys just being one. So that's the first key message for you. Now, the next layer of this is really all about how you see yourself and how you relate to yourself. There's a real deficit, and it's about, I don't feel worthy for a successful career. Can you feel that?
Yeah, yeah, I can tap into that.
There's this, yeah, I'm good at this, but it's kind of like, so what? I've got it, but yeah, well, you know, big deal, you know, like, where is it getting me? Am I getting really where I want to get? I still feel lousy about myself. So, you know, how good is it really to have this ability anyway?
Yeah, there's like a dismissive, like a very extremely dismissive quality going on.
Yeah, I can see it as clear as day. So let's bring some insights around that, okay? The first thing to realize, and it's so funny as I'm looking at it, is you go through life with this gift of inspiration, right? And you go, the inspiration, yeah, that's quality stuff. That's good. That's gold, right? But then you look at yourself and go, not so gold.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But the joke, the irony is that you've confused which is you out of those two elements. You think you is the bit that's not so good. But you, in this, if you look at this equation here, there's who you always thought you were. There's that feeling, you have a familiarity. You feel a particular way to yourself, right? And you relate to yourself in a particular way. But this is the joke. That you think is you, the familiarity, isn't you and never was you.
Yes.
The you in this whole equation is that limitless creativity. You just oscillate from being in this limitless creativity to feeling what's not you. You are being you and it's flowing, then you're not being you.
Yeah, it's kind of like a binary. Yeah, I do feel it sort of switch in and out and in and out and in. Yeah.
So here's what there is to do next. and when I say next, I mean for the rest of your time, is to shift your awareness from relating to yourself as that entity in the body, the feelings that you have, the ambitions, the needs, the worries. Shift from that character, that persona, to I'm not that. I am the inspiration. That's when I'm being my true self. Okay? Because you've been going about it, and everybody does this. We always think the shittest aspect of our life, of ourselves, is who we are. But that's the illusion. Because the truth is, we are that inspiration, that genius is what we are. And I'm not trying to give you positive thinking or some new friggin' affirmation. This is the truth about what you are. It's just that that inspiration is wrapped in this layer upon layer of crap opinions. And the opinions have been there for so long that you've come to think of them as what you are. This is what I feel like, because I have felt this way since I was a little kid, a baby. And when you are around something for so long and it becomes so familiar, you go, yeah, that's me. That's what I feel like. But it's not. It's just so darn familiar. It's indistinguishable from what's real, except for the fact that it's crap and it's not true and it's shit and it makes you feel crap. All that stuff is just this, like a haze, a remnants of being taught all these incorrect and inaccurate things about yourself. And it's this leftover smog that just lingers. And you go, yeah, that's what I feel like. And so, no, it's not. You feel like when the inspiration is flowing.
Mm-hmm.
And the gratitude is going to keep that connection there and there again. Do you understand what I've said?
Yeah, I still recognize the challenge in that, but I recognize what you're speaking about. Yeah, I do.
Okay, so here's the blockage for you. It's not that it's a challenge, and that's actually not your blockage. It looks like that's your blockage. Your blockage is this. You listening?
Yeah, wide open listening, yes.
If I am no longer the me who I've always thought I am, and everyone else is the them who they've always thought they are, then what the hell am I doing on this planet? How can I be what I truly am, this pure inspiration, and still function, interact, be appreciated, be desired, be wanted, if I am not what everyone else relates to themselves as?
Yeah, that's it. Like that's pretty much the question I've been trying to answer for some time, which is unanswerable, obviously, because it's a kind of pseudo question.
No, it's perfectly answerable.
Oh.
This is, answering the unanswered. Like, come on, give me some credit. The response to that is, you were never meant to fit in. You were never meant to try and be liked, to try and be desired from anyone other than yourself. The mind wants you to believe you need recognition from outside yourself. The mind wants you to believe you need others to like you. But that's all the mind covering up. What's inside is, I just want to recognize myself. I just want to like myself. Whenever there's this external stuff, it's the non-truth. So it's not about fitting into society. It's not about blending in and having all these people love you and like you and admire and respect. It's nothing to do with any of that. That's like this complete distraction.
Mm-hmm.
All it is, and all everybody's journey is realizing they are it. They are the all. You are the all. There's nothing more. That's it. As you are the all, the whole thing, the whole picture, there is nothing you need from anyone else. And to think you need these external things is keeping you way off track and stopping you from realizing, hang on, I am the inspiration. I'm not the guy trying to fit in and trying to earn respect and all these other things that are wasting my energy and time. Because then you become inspiration. And as inspiration, you are inspirational. And in that space, you don't care what anyone else is thinking or needing from you. You're just being the light. And that's actually what you're seeking. Can I just be the light without concerning myself with everyone else's thoughts and opinions? Can I just be that? That's what you're longing for. I don't want everyone else. I don't want to want everyone else's approval. I don't want to want it. So don't. You're it. You just forgot that you were it. You just got confused. You had an identity crisis. Oh, I thought I was that guy with all these, these concerns. No, that was not you. You're not the guy. You're it. You're everything. There you go, Sean.
Wow. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Daniel. That's kind of what I needed to hear, I guess, at this point. So yeah, wow.
So if you've got a question that needs answering, come on to the show. Go to discoverui.com and click on the podcast icon at the top of the page, or email us at answers@discoverui.com.